Hi, I'm Phil Weaver.
And I'm Liz Weaver, and thank you for joining us. You might recognize us from Shang-Chi Kung Fu in Valley Springs, and today we're here to talk to you about something really important that is impacting everyone's lives. It's the epidemic of obesity. And we're here to talk today about how it's affecting our lives and how, more importantly, how it's affecting our children's lives. So, Phil, if you could give us a little bit of background and some numbers on this obesity epidemic.
Yes, I can. It's something that we tend to sweep under the table and not pay attention to, but it is affecting every part of our lives. The obesity, the statistics say that the adult population the obesity rates have doubled since the 80s, and the statistics are even worse for the children. What a very alarming fact, and let's hope it's not a fact, but prediction is that the children, this generation, is the first generation to actually have a shorter life expectancy than their parents.
That's amazing.
That's alarming.
A shorter life expectancy than their parents.
Yes.
So bad news for the adults, but even worse for the kids.
Yes, it's very bad.
Okay, so we see that a lot, and we'll talk about how that affects our life and how we're going to tackle that.
Right. Yeah, so obesity is a very large problem. Can you tell us how you see it in your everyday life, how it's affecting
I see it a lot, and of course, being a martial arts instructor, there's a lot of physical activity in our everyday classes. So when I get kids that are obese, it's very difficult for them to maintain the curriculum. They get tired very easily. Their attitude is affected by it, and overall, you can tell that they're not thinking as clearly as they could be. Our bodies are meant to move. They're meant to move a lot, and when your body has proper diet and nutrition, then your brain is clearer and you have a better attitude. So you can see in their attitude and in their judgment and in how tired they get so quickly that they're just not getting enough physical activity, and how hard it is really on their bodies that they can't keep up.
Right. So it's not only just physical, not only their bodies, but it also affects their mental.
It does. It affects their body and it affects their brain, which affects their attitude and their ability to learn and retain information. And it is an overall problem, of course, that needs to be addressed twofold. One is physical exercise, and the other one is diet and the choices that everybody's making. Nobody knows better than us how busy everyone can get, and fast food and bad food is so readily available. I understand how easy it is to say, okay, well, I could either buy fresh fruit and clean it and chop it, or I could just get a bag of Doritos and then chomp on that instead. So I appreciate that everyone is busy, but there has to be a change, because like you said, it's affecting 20% of adults, higher percentage for kids.
30%
for adults, yeah, higher for kids, and the kids are not living as long. So it is something that has to be addressed. People are going to have to start educating themselves on diet and exercise.
Right. Yeah, the statistics say 30% for adults. The obesity rates have actually tripled for adolescents.
Yeah.
So that's a very high risk area. So we're here to talk about the Let's Move campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us what the Let's Move campaign is?
I sure can. The Let's Move campaign was started by First Lady Michelle Obama, and it is her effort to eliminate obesity in one generation. She recognizes the large scale of this problem. So she has she's started a challenge, and it's an apps challenge. So she wanted developers to find ways to get everybody, kids and adults, up and moving, and how they can do that and still educate about nutrition. So it's a pretty complex idea that she's started, and the contest is already in effect, and there's 90 applicants, and so we'll talk about how BreakPal fits into that.
Right. So she's actually using the private sector, the ingenuity of the private sector,
which is great.
Rather than throwing public funds at it, they're throwing it out there to the app developers and see what solutions they can come up with.
Right. And she's also utilizing the internet. App developers develop for high tech, like we do, and what that means is that she recognizes the problem, and you can only address a problem of that size on a very large scale, which is on the internet.
Right.
So that's pretty neat as well.
Good.
So
the Let's Move campaign is designed to actually a section of it, which is the Apps for Healthy Kids, which is the contest, which is a part of the Let's Move campaign. And that is designed to, the requirements are to somehow get kids more active.
Correct.
And make healthier food choices.
Right.
Now, how does BreakPal fit into that?
BreakPal fits in perfectly to that, which is why we're part of that contest. So what BreakPal is an application that you download a timer onto your computer. So all you need is an internet connection, and that means that if you use a computer for anything, a laptop for school, if you're sitting at a desk at the office all day, that it qualifies. A timer will pop up and it will tell you that it's time to take a break, and it will take you through a 2 to 4 minute exercise. So you're not leaving your project for very long, and you'll go through the exercise, give your body a break, give your mind a relaxation break, and then you'll be able to get back to work and feel better and be more productive. What it also does is it utilizes a social network aspect where you can have friends, and again, like any other Facebook or something like that, you can have friends anywhere in the world, and you can challenge each other to getting points for working out. So it doesn't matter if you're an early bird or a late bird, there's always someone online to work out with you, which is fantastic because, as many of you know, if you've joined the gym and never gone, but if you have to meet somebody there, you'll go. So if you have to meet somebody on BreakPal to work out, then that's what that's for. The other thing that First Lady Michelle Obama wanted to do was to educate people about health, and she's working with the USDA for this. So BreakPal has incorporated a database of healthy food choices that will show up on your profile page, and what it does is it's going to remind you that maybe you should have a piece of fresh fruit today, or roasted vegetables for dinner, or something like that. Something you would not normally have thought of, but it's there on the screen when you do your exercise, and it's letting you know that there are healthy choices out there, and it gives you calorie count and fat count and that sort of thing. So you know you can make a better educated guess on what you're putting into your body as well as when you're exercising. And the best way to figure out what any new program is about is to try it. So right now we'd like to take you through an exercise, and if you're sitting in a chair or on the couch, that's fine. It's going to be a seated stretching exercise. Next, we're going to release the tension in the back of the legs. Seated at the end of the chair, spine straight, shoulders relaxed. I'm going to take one leg, flex so that the heel is on the ground. Breathe in, let the belly expand. Exhale, pushing the air out by tightening the abdominals. I'm going to fold at the hips. Just slight bend forward, lead with the chin. Spine is actually straight. You're not arching here. And I want you to flex that foot and really feel the stretch through the back of that leg. Nice and easy. With your inhale, coming back up. Good. Now point so that the foot is flat. Good. Breathe in. Exhale and fold. Good. Lead with the chin like you're trying to reach your chin to your knee. On your inhale, slowly come back up. Good. And flex so that the heel is steady. Exhale and fold. Lead with the chin, keeping the spine straight. It's not about actually touching your knee. It's about releasing the pressure in the back of the leg. Good. And slowly inhale and come back up. Good. Point. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Good. Inhale, coming back up. And extend the opposite leg. Flex that foot. Good. Breathe in. Exhale. Push the air out of the belly, folding at the hips. Good. Just until you feel that stretch, like you're trying to reach your knee to your chin. Good. On your inhale.